We are the Occupy Bus Tour, and we are a group of activists traveling around the country. We are supporting and reporting on actions, and we are labeling GMO foods along the way, and we are also street medics. We have the first mobile food not bombs. So wherever we go, we're feeding people, we're helping them with any medical care that we can. And then
well, we have almost everything that we had in Liberty Park. Occupy Wall Street had in Liberty Park. We've got, as Stacey said, the first mobile food not bombs chapter, People's Kitchen. We got a medical clinic. We got a small people's library, small comfort station. We've got an IT section. We've got a charging station from the solar power. We can transport people.
and info.
And info.
And we
info
have info.
table. What else we got?
That's about it.
Sanitation. We have things to clean up.
Yeah. A little mobile occupation.
And then when we bring other occupiers, we have other things. Let's see. We visited people up at the farm that had that sacred tree. What was
He was
title?
the keeper of the Tree of Life.
Yeah, the keeper of the
in,
tree
in
of life.
the park.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one more thing. The bus's name is Godzilla, so that's what we refer to her as. And you can tell the history about Godzilla and why we called the bus Godzilla.
Well, it's got mainly because it's got a bumper sticker inside that says, "Okay, Godzilla, follow that car and step on it."
And you know that song, Go, 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 Godzilla?
Yeah, we've been saying "Go, Go, Godzilla" for a long time now. But
And the movie.
the movie, Godzilla started out because of the environmental destruction of the planet. That's why Godzilla woke up and she wants to rectify things. And that's what we want to do. It's the environmental destruction of the planet, and Godzilla here is going to bring us around and help us rectify things.
Yeah. Oh wait, all right. Well, let me say it. Let me start from here, though.
Okay.
We did the solar panels on top, so now I'll show you the solar inside the bus, which is we have the solar panels are on top, and then there's a hole here where the wires come down, and then we have the controller and the inverter, and then all the batteries are hooked to the wires. They run down, and then that's how we get power. And so we can look at this and see how many volts or amps we're getting in, from the sun, and then we can look at this and we can tell how much power we have and know if we can use, whatever. The kitchen stuff takes up the most. That drains our power pretty fast, but we have like a toaster oven and a hot plate and a thing for hot water and coffee. And then we have the veggie oil, and that's like under here, and we have
What's that for?
this is what the car will run on instead of diesel. We can switch back and forth to diesel.
Oh my
But
God!
we can also use veggie oil. So this is the veggie oil tanks. And in the back is where we pump it into from whatever source we're getting the veggie oil from. And it gets filtered, and then if we let it settle, and then we transfer it into this. And then this is what the bus runs on. So we can switch it to veggie, and then it will run on the waste veggie oil, but it will also run on diesel. So
What gave you the idea to do this? I heard you're the brainchild behind this.
yeah, well, I was occupying Wall Street for a long time, and we'd talked about like mobile occupations or a tour, going to meet other people. Another thing is like I wanted to try to be like an example of what we should be doing, what the solutions are. So I wanted to, while I was protesting, also, I would be driving this, which is part of the solution, and also not only protesting, but finding people who were living part of the solution and talking about them and what they're doing, so that it's not only like, what are your demands, but like, what's the solution? So this is like an experiment in trying to like live as close to what a solution might be, or a piece of that solution. You know, we need to get off of oil and you know, not frack and have the tar sands and the pipelines, and we can't go that way. We need to go a different way, better for the environment and for the people, you know. So that was why I wanted to convert it to veggie oil. And then, I mean, the electric, the same thing, because that's running off of coal, and they're destroying the mountains to get that coal. So like, that's like another piece that, so
how much more economical is it to run vegetable oil rather than diesel fuel?
well, it's more economical because for the most part we can get it for free. So and it's waste. It's stuff that you can't really do that much with. I mean, at this point they do make like dog food and cat food with it, and beauty products with it, and they do other stuff with the waste vegetable oil, but we could also be helping to run part of our cars off of vegetable oil. So that is thrown out anyway. So
How's the mileage on it?
it's about the same. It's like the same
Like,
mileage.
it's
You know,
like-
maybe 8-10 miles a gallon. Like for
12
this, 12 miles a gallon
10
for
to 12, depending on
for
how
this
you drive.
bus.
10 to
And
12.
that's the same that it would run on diesel. So it uses it just like it would diesel. It's like as long as it's hot and it's clean through the filters, it uses it just the same way. So
who was the mechanics behind this? Who actually knew how to put this all together and switch out the
for
diesel?
the veggie oil system, I found Dr. Dave in Asheville, North Carolina, they have a mechanic shop and an alternate fuel along with it. So he did the veggie oil conversion, and then the solar power. One of our friends that is involved with, or was, because they closed now, the Occupy storefront on Long Island, he like helped design the solar. He told me everything to get, and then we went to his house on Long Island, and then we all like helped to install the whole thing, you know, put up all of the electrical outlets, and then you know, wire the panels and build the frame, and put the boxes up, you know, connect everything and the batteries. And he had that plan though, and then we just did what he told us to do.
Did it cost a lot to do all that?
It yeah, it did, but if I think about how much it is to buy a new car, it wasn't any more. You know, when I put all the pieces together, how much the bus cost, how much the veggie oil conversion cost, and the solar power, and like to get everything set up, like I could have bought like, you know, a nice new van with that money, or this, and this is what I got, and I think that I'm a lot happier with this. So it's a lot more in line with my, you know, what I want to see in the world than like buying a new van.
Yeah.
You know, so
It definitely speaks of, you know, your purpose. And,
yeah, and it's really messy now. So,
Oh, it's,
but we've kind of, you know, over time figured out how to like put all of these different things to carry all of our stuffs, you know, so that we can live on here, have the computers and cameras and everything that we need to like do media, and you know, cook, do everything that we need to do. You know, sleep, rest, help people with medic. We have all of that on here. So, and info, some books, and me and Ed are both street medics. So we do that too.
nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, a lot of people, you know, talk about it, but they don't actually live it. You know, and this is an example of living what you preach.
Yeah.
And I think it's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, this is great. I love it.
One thing that's like kind of, different about having solar power is you realize like how much energy everything takes. As opposed to like charging a cell phone or charging a computer versus using a hot plate or the toaster oven or, the water kettle, like how much power does everything take? And if we make coffee now, we're not going to be able to make coffee later because we're going to run out of power. So, it's a little bit of a shift mentally, like, because we grow up in this society where you just plug something in or flip a switch and you can just leave it on all the time and it doesn't matter because the electricity seems like it's just endless. It's the same thing with water too. We have to get water from somewhere, fill up gallons, bring it back, fill up our 5-gallon jug, and we know about how long that will last. Like it's a little bit of a shift because you can't just turn on a faucet in your house and water comes out and you don't think about like where it comes from or how much you use
The solar panels charge batteries, I'm assuming?
Yeah, they charge batteries. We have 6 batteries underneath all of this that the solar panels will charge. So then we can use that power through the rest of the day and night when it's not sunny out. But then if it rains for a couple days, then we won't have power, until it gets sunny again, and then we'll have power. So.
You ever gotten stuck because you don't have the power?
Well, the only thing that we can't do is it has nothing to do with the how the bus runs. It only has to do with the electric for the bus in the way of using the outlets and the cooking and charging stuff. So.
And we're in the process of hooking up the wiring so that we can charge the solar storage with the alternator when the bus is running, and reverse. If we run out of electricity in the engine battery, we can charge that up with the solar storage if we have it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. And then how we survive, being able to do this full time is we've just tried to figure out what we can do to make money, which I do have a Etsy account and I sell patches and other stuff that I make and I get a little bit of money that way. We have a WePay, so we get a little bit of money that way. We don't have to pay a lot for diesel if we're using mostly the veggie oil, so we don't have that expense as much. And then food, we dumpster a lot, so we don't have that expense as much. So what little money we can get, then we are able to just kind of keep on going. And so when I can feed myself,
yeah,
and get a lot of my basic needs from the stuff that other people throw away that would end up in a landfill, that's a direct action for one thing for me, because I'm able, because of living off of their garbage, live outside of the system that they have to live in. I don't have to live in it. They throw so much stuff away that I can live off of what they throw away. Most of the time I don't have cigarettes. I just look for a cigarette on the ground that somebody just threw down that's not
2 puffs
hardly
off of it.
smoked, and
Yeah.
I'm okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
I can live off of their garbage, around Wall Street. We found these around Wall Street. Most of the food when we go there on the weekends, Dwayne Reed and Starbucks and all of the people that have their carts, they throw out so much food, and it's a pizza, a whole bag of stuff that an hour ago you would have bought, but now the store's closed. So we can get it, and now we can even heat it up for people in our toaster oven. Last night, that's exactly what we did. We were on Broadway, we went and got the pizza that they threw out, that's in the, window that they sell all day that they didn't sell. We brought it back, we put it in the toaster oven, and we fed everybody hot pizza for dinner. So one of the ways that I'll try to make extra money too is like going and playing music on the sidewalk, sitting on the sidewalk, sewing my patches, you know, with the sign and a cup or something out there. And I'll always, like, people will give me food, but maybe I won't eat it. I'll always pass it on to somebody else that I see. And the homeless people on the streets, they'll give me stuff when they pass by and they see me sitting on the sidewalk, just the same. They'll give me $1. Like, I'll see people playing music at a different spot, and I'm playing music, like, around the corner. They come from spanging or busking or whatever, and they give me $1 that they made. Like, the most people that have been, like, the kindest are the people that have the least. And we're all kind of like one. I feel like I can connect with them more because they understand more what we need than the people that just pass by without even thinking about it or looking.
You guys seem really happy.
Yeah.
You do what you do, you know, live outside society and just say, fuck that shit, you know?
Yeah, yes.
So what did you guys do before this?
I was still have always done like activism stuff, probably like since the Iraq War started, you know, first protesting the Iraq War, and then it got into Monsanto. And I have 4 kids, and I homeschooled them for a long time. I was married, and then I went to Occupy Wall Street, and then so the last couple of years have been like kind of a lot of changes for me, because now I'm not married anymore, and then my kids are in school, and they live with their dad, and then I see them when I am in Florida, which really it's just new because it's just happened like in the beginning of this year, so I'm still kind of getting used to that. When I first went to Occupy for the first like year and a half, I just went back and forth. I would go home for a month, a couple weeks. I would come to New York for a couple weeks a month, and I just went back and forth, back and forth. So now I've been gone for like a couple months at a time now, and then I'll go see them for a couple months. So, and that's what I was doing before. So.
So you had 4 people in here last night?
No, we had 6.
6? Oh my God.
We had 2 people, and then I slept here, and Ed slept in the driver's seat for a while, and then ended up here, right?
Yeah.
So
tried to sleep.
So you guys gave up your comfortable places, slept on the hardwood.
Yeah.
So
I had a fucking log cabin on a lake in Maine.
Yeah.
And I gave it up for this. Not for this. I gave it up to sleep in the park for Occupy Wall Street and then stay on the sidewalk the rest of the time. Mm-hmm. I had no idea this was coming.
Wow.
Really happy
and this is actually
like this.
a step, like, you know, we were sleeping on the street for a long time on the sidewalk. Now we have this, which seems like when it's raining out and I'm sitting inside this bus, I feel like
he's into pagan.
Really lucky. Like, wow, I'm not getting wet right now, and if I was sleeping on the sidewalk, I would have nowhere to go now that it's raining. So the bus is also nice because it can give people breaks, like, that are sleeping on the streets all the time. So, and then we've been able to like take a lot of people on short trips, like here to New Haven, to like some of the one of the Occupy farms. And then we can take people that are on the streets all the time, and they can get a rest in the bus or on a trip, like doing something different for a little while. So
you guys are basically alternative media, and you go around to different events, try to cover it.
Yeah.
Live stream.
Yeah.
You want to promote your channel?
Oh yeah. And we have a Ustream channel. It's Peaceful Warrior on Ustream, PIECEFULWARRIOR at Ustream. And then the blog is occupybustour2.wordpress.com, and we also have just the Occupy Bus Tour .wordpress.com, which has like the first couple months, but then we filled that one up, so we started a second blog now. So
for 6 months, that time too.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is awesome. It's definitely inspiring.
Yeah,
it really is.
I mean, I wanted to just like be able to plant seeds like wherever we went, like all, and this is like one of those seeds. Like somebody sees it in real life and they're like, wow, you can do that. Like I can do that. So, you know, maybe it will do something for them to make a change, to try to figure out like what piece of the solution they could do. Maybe it's not this, maybe it's something else, but so.
That's real cool. I like it.
Thanks.
I like it. You guys are awesome. Awesome. You know, most staff says, you know, don't talk about it, be about it, and I think that this is a shining example of that. You know, you're actually doing it. You know, you're setting an example for people, and that's what we want to see. And we love it. Thank you for doing what you guys are doing.
Thanks.
I'm going to say it one more time, and then I just go ahead and give you
Looks like the stream's a little slow. Hopefully the stream's pretty good.
Go, 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 Godzilla!